Ya, ok. Hola a todos y todas, buenos días, bienvenidos a la Feria Internacional. Este es nuestro último día dedicado a Europa. Gracias por participar. El día de hoy tenemos una charla muy especial, que es el Politecnico de Torino. Damos la bienvenida a Francesca Ferrero y Emilia Parisi, quienes nos van a hacer una presentación. Este es un convenio dirigido a estudiantes de ingeniería civil y es muy, muy bueno. Entonces, estoy muy agradecida porque lo presenten y para que conozcan más de esta universidad que es muy, muy buena. Welcome, Francesca. Welcome, Emilia. Thank you very much for being here today with us. So you can present now your university. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Thank you to all the international office of the Pontificia Universidad Católica de Perú. It's very nice to be here. Thank you for the invitation, and we are very, very excited to be part of this fair because it is our first time in a university in Peru. So we are very happy to start widening our South American connections with you. As Claudia already said, we are going to present you our university, but not only the university itself, we also are going to talk a bit about the city of Torino, because we think that you choose what you want to, where you want to go, not only for the university, but also for the city and for the surroundings and the other way around. So that's why in the first part of the presentation, you will see a bit about the city of Torino, and then we will go deeper into Politecnico di Torino and the possibility that can offer you. First of all, where we are. So you can see from this map that we are, let's say, in the heart of Europe. We are located in the north of Italy, but in the middle of Europe. So it is very easy to reach the majority of the cities in Europe, the main capitals in Europe. And also, thanks to this connection with the main cities in Europe, it's very easy to reach the rest of the world. So we are, let's say, in the center. Now we are going to talk about some reasons to choose Torino. The first reason is that our city is a kind of low-cost city, so the cost of living is kind of low. Of course, the economic crisis had an impact and has an impact on our lives still in Torino. We are not exempted from this, but despite from this fact, there is still possible here to live, afford your expenses and not being so much affected by this economic crisis. We have a very good transportation system that allows you to move around the city without having your own means of transport, your own car. There is also a very good network of bike paths, so it is also easy to rent a bike, to have a bike, and to explore the city by bike. The apartments rents are cheaper than other metropolitan cities. And another very important aspect is that in Torino, there is the biggest food market in Europe, where you can buy food from, let's say, all over the world and from local producers. So you have a local selection, but also a wide selection from all over the world. And we know from experience that our international students very much like this kind of market because they can also find food from their home country. South American students are those who sponsored much this kind of market because they can find lots of possibilities to have their own food as well. And it is very nice to see it as well. You also have some pictures in the presentation, so you can also see what we explain. At the top of the slide, you find the two main railway stations. Then at the bottom of the slides on the left, you have one of the trams that circle the city. And on the right, you have the market I was mentioning. I forgot to say that we are going to send this presentation to your home university, to the international office. So if they want to share it with you, or if you want to ask it to have it, for us, it's no problem. You can have it, so you can check anytime what we're going to explain. Talking about money, we make an average of what can be the expenses that you can have in a month. And we say that approximately between 600 and 800 euros are kind of enough for a month in Torino. Of course, what has a big impact on this amount of money is the accommodation solution that you can decide to have. Because of course, you can decide to live in a shared bedroom or in a private apartment. And of course, this range of possibilities is what has a biggest impact on the monthly expenses, because rents are decided according to the kind of accommodation that you decide. Another reason to choose Torino is the fact that Torino is a people-oriented city. The city is less chaotic than other metropolitan cities in Italy. There are lots of green spaces in the city center, so you don't need to go far away from the city center to find a park, to find a free space with no cars and no noise. We have parks, we have avenues in the city center, so it is very easy to have a, I don't know, 30 minutes escape from your daily life, go to the park, stay there, relax, enjoy the nature. There is also a river that crosses the city center, so you can see also it in the park, and it is very nice and relaxing place for your everyday life, but also for weekends. You can have a picnic there, and it's very nice. And then Torino also has lots of cultural and architectural heritages. In the past, Torino was a monarchy. Well, Italy was a monarchy, and the royal family was based in Torino. So there are lots of historical places and palaces of the royal family that lived the city. And also Torino was the first capital of Italy when Italy was unified. So there are also some palaces and some places that reminded us of this era. Here you can see on the left the Egyptian Museum, which is the biggest Egyptian museum in Europe. Just the one in Egypt is bigger than the one in Torino. Then, of course, there is also the Automobile Museum, because Torino is the city where the now called Stellantis was founded. And at the bottom of the slide, you can find one example of royal palaces and historical heritage that we can have. And the, well, here is not green, but it is kind of orange, but it is the color of the autumn that the trees and parks are looking like nowadays in this autumn season. Another reason is that Torino is a student city. So in the city, there isn't only Politecnico Di Torino, which is our university, but there is also another university, which is the University of Torino, which is dealing with all the faculties that are humanities, medicine, economics, political sciences, and so on. So, and with Politecnico di Torino that hosts engineering and architecture faculties, Torino is full of students. And being full of students, the city has to be made to students. So you can find lots of libraries, study rooms close to the main campuses. There is a university sports center. We have lots of bars and clubs for your free time. There are student canteens. And of course, there are halls of residencies that you can use for choosing the accommodation type if you want. Other pictures, libraries, university sports center, what you can do in a typical evening in spring, summer, and study rooms and so on. Talking about accommodation, as I said earlier, Torino is a student city, so there are lots of possibilities for living. Politecnico di Torino doesn't have its own campus, so it is not possible to live in a dorm owned by Politecnico di Torino. But even if this is not possible, there are halls of residencies around the city that are shared between Polito students and University of Torino students. But you can also decide to live in a private apartment, sharing it with other students, other people, other workers that are available to share a bedroom or a bedroom with them. In these slides, you have also the links to the different solutions that we can suggest you. So you can check the website. There are other possibility to look for an accommodation. Here we put the main ones, and also the solutions with which we have some sort of partnership and that can allow Polito students some sort of priority in looking for an accommodation. The last reason for choosing Torino is that in the last, let's say, 20 years, there have been lots of international events going on in the city. Now, today, well, it started yesterday and it's going on until Sunday. We have the Biennale della Tecnologia, which is the event organized entirely by Politecnico Di Torino. At first, it was just a Polito event, but then with the years, it became a city event, and now it has become an international event because we are receiving lots of international speakers giving their speeches on lots of topics that ranges from technology, environment, sustainability, and so on. Then we also have a book fair, an international book fair. We have lots of music festivals that ranges from jazz music, electronic music, and also we have a film festival and an art event. The description of the city of Torino is finished. Now we switch to Politecnico di Torino. We are going to talk a bit about the campus. And we cannot say that we have one campus only, but as you see on the left, we have 5 campuses spread around the city, and we always say that the city is the campus and the campus is the city, due to this fact that there are different locations of our university. The main campus is the one in the city center, and it is where our office is, and also where the civil engineering courses will be held. But then there is also a School of Architecture, which is located in an historical building. It is located in Acasso. We have another more modern building that hosts the design and automobile degree courses. And then we have a PhD school and a master, specializing master school. But we are not satisfied with that. We also have campuses in Piemonte region, which is the region where Torino is located. But we're not satisfied with that. We also have campuses around the world. So we have a campus in Uzbekistan and a campus in China. Talking about some figures, so we have more than 20 Bachelor of Science degree courses and almost 30 Master of Science degree courses. We have a wide range of courses taught entirely in English. The majority is at the Master of Science level, but also the Bachelor of Science offer is increasing very fast, and we are adding new courses every couple of years. So we are going also to increase the English offer for the Bachelor of Science. In terms of students, we have every year more than 5,000 new students that contribute to create a very huge community, because in total, Bachelor and Master of Science students, we have more than 35,000 students. So we are very, we can say we are a small city. In terms of international students and incoming exchange students, we almost reach 1,000 students every year, and we contribute to be the 16% of the whole community. Our international students come from all over the world. We say that we almost cover all the nations, and you can see here just a division of the continents and then main countries. Okay, so now it's time to give you some details about the opportunities that you can have at Polito, and I leave the floor to Emilia.
Thank you, Francesca. Okay, well, now we can focus on what you can do if you decide to do your exchange period in Politecnico di Torino. Well, you can apply for the Master of Science in Civil Engineering, which is the degree course for which there is the agreement with your home university. You can decide to apply for 1 or 2 semesters of courses. You can decide to attend just courses, or to do both, attend courses and do the final project, or just to come here for doing your final project. If you, well, when you, this is a very important requirement when you have to prepare your proposal of learning agreement, because the Politecnico di Torino Governing Board established that you have to choose at least 18 credits of courses taken from the specific Master of Science in which you are nominated and you apply for, which is the Master of Science in Civil Engineering in your case. So this is just to remember that when you prepare your proposal, you can look at the study plan of the Master of Science in Civil Engineering, choose at least 18 credits of courses, but if you would like, this is the 18 credits, it is important, must be for each semester. So if you decide to stay 2 semesters, you have to choose 18 credits from the Master of Science in Civil Engineering for the first semester, and then 18 for the second semester too. But if you would like to attend courses also taken from different degree courses, which of course then are recognized by your home university, it is okay. You can look at our academic offer, which link you can find, well, in this presentation. And you can also select courses from other degrees, from bachelor or from Master of Science too, by considering that we usually recommend you to choose from 20 to 30 credits in total of courses for the whole semester. So once chosen the 18 credits from the Master of Science in Civil Engineering, you can still choose around 12 credits of courses from different degrees. There are, of course, some language requirements if you decide to apply for Politecnico di Torino. Basically, this is because in order to attend courses at Politecnico, it is necessary to have a sufficient level of knowledge of the Italian or English. So this is necessary for being able to attend the courses and then do the exam too. So if you decide to attend courses taken from a degree course taught in Italian, you should at least have the B1 level of Italian. If you decide to attend courses only taken from a degree course in English, you should have the B2 level of English, while if you choose to attend a mix of courses, so both English and in Italian, you should have the 2 requisites, so the English B2 level and the Italian B1 level. We do not need you to show us or deliver us any official language certificate, because it is enough for us to receive this confirmation by your home university. So when your home university will nominate you through our tool, we have a tool which is called the nomination tool that we use to receive nominations of students, which are done by the home university. And in that moment, it is when your home university has to declare us which is your language, your level of language. Okay, so if you would like to apply to Politecnico di Torino, what you have to do? Well, first of all, the first and most important requirement is that your degree course must be included in our agreement. And we know that your case is the correct one because you all study civil engineering. So you have to be then selected by your home university and also nominated through our tool. Then we will ask you to fill in an application form, and we will just ask you to upload in the application form your passport, which should be valid, of course, and also the transcript of records, which is the certificate that includes the list of courses that you have, of exams that you have done in your home university. You will have to complete the application form that will be then evaluated by the mobility board. And then you will have to prepare your learning agreement, which must respect the 18 credits requirement, which I was mentioning before. Once that your learning agreement is done, you are officially accepted. I suggest you to check the link which is in this slide, in the last part of the slide, because there it is described the whole admission procedure. Okay, now let's have a look at our mobility timeline together with our academic calendar. Okay, the nomination period, if you decide to arrive at the fall semester, you have to be nominated by your home university in around May. This means that you will be required between May and June to fill in the application form. While if you decide to come at the spring semester, the nomination tool will be available in November. So that is the period in which you will be nominated by your home university, and you will be required to fill in the application form between November and December. The fall semester courses usually start here in the end of September until the mid of January. Once finished the full semester, there is the first exam session, which usually lasts 1 month from the end of January to the end of February. Then the spring semester starts from the beginning of March to mid of June. And then there is another exam session from the end of June to the end of July. Then there is summer holidays for us, August. And then there will be the recovery exam session in September. So in September, if you want, you still have the possibility to attend again exams, some exam that maybe you haven't passed earlier. Politecnico Di Torino also has a proper language center, which offers, of course, for free to all international students, some Italian language courses that go from the A1, from the basic level to the B2. So if you want, you are free to attend a language course during your mobility period, which credits are 6. So if your home university then decides to validate the language course, you have to know that it counts 6 credits. There are some key figures that you will encounter during your mobility. First of all, it is our staff, our office. We are we are in charge to support you before the beginning of your mobility until after then the end of your mobility. So we will support you during the application process, during the acceptance. We will welcome you when you will arrive in Politecnico, and we will also be constantly in contact also during your mobility period until the end. So in case you will have any bureaucratic issue also to manage, we can keep in touch. We are also constantly in contact with your home university. Then another important figure is your academic advisor. This figure is a professor from Politecnico di Torino that will be assigned to you while you fill in the application form. So that is the person that will approve your learning agreement the first time when you will propose your learning agreement for the first time, but then we'll support you for the definition of your learning agreement. So just before your arrival, you will define your learning agreement, and you will you can ask advice to the academic advisor. Of course, this figure will be at your disposal also during your mobility here for any kind of academic issue. And last but not least, we also have the mentor students. They are students like you that will welcome you at your arrival and will introduce you to the Polito and also Torino city life. There are, of course, some added values of being an exchange student. You can check them in this slide. If you want, there are some links in the white boxes that you can also check by yourself later. One of them, for example, is the university choir, which is called the Politecnico. That's because it includes it is composed by people coming from different countries, and they sing songs in many languages. Then there is also very important the special needs support and the counseling service. So in case you need to talk to someone, or you have any issue, personal issue you want to discuss while you are here, you can also check these specific services. We have the team students. They are students that work in group. They usually put in practice what they study. So it is a very nice and alternative way to study. But then last but not least, we also organize with the Erasmus Student Network Association, which is an association of students. We organize the welcome events for international and exchange students, but also have the buddy system. So this means that a buddy will be assigned to you if you will decide to have one when you will start your mobility here. Last one is the fact that Politecnico, as it is during these days, usually organizes constantly cultural events like seminars, scientific events. So it is also a very, very active life inside Politecnico. Okay, this is our last slide. We just want to thank you, present our staff. Me and Francesca, you can see our pictures here, but there is also Carol, which is missing in this presentation, but she will be also one of the persons that will be constantly in contact with you if you will decide to attend your exchange period at Politecnico di Torino. This in this slide, you find our email address, which is incoming.students@polito.it. So don't be shy. If you want, we can talk now. You can make our questions now, but if any other question may arise during the next days, feel free to write us. We will for sure reply you as soon as possible. Thank you for attending this presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Francesca and Emilia. A complete presentation. Thank you very much. Estimados estudiantes, bueno, estamos sobre el tiempo y estamos con otra charla que va a empezar. Entonces, he puesto mi correo para cualquier pregunta si quieren la presentación. Y si quieren más información, también pueden luego escribirles. Se nos ha acabado un poco el tiempo para las preguntas. We are running out of time. I'm sorry, but we have another presentation coming up. Okay. So I put my email and I will share the presentation with all the interested students. So if they have any questions, they will contact you.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to go, but
no worries, no worries.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
It's okay.
Have
Thank
a nice
you and
rest
to the
of
students
the
too.
event.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.